Storing passwords on databases. Passwords are a method of authentication, the process of verifying a person's identity, usually to prove you have access to something. There are 4 ways to store passwords on databases: plain text, encryption, hashing, or salt. Plain text passwords are stored on a database as plain text. So if a hacker were to hack the database, then that's it, all the passwords are out. This is not secure at all. Encryption uses one-to-one mapping between input and output, meaning the password is encrypted using a special key into a string of text, usually letters and numbers. To match the input, the encrypted password is retrieved from the database and decrypted to compare against the input. This means if the hacker has the key, then they can decrypt all the passwords in the database. Hashing algorithms use many-to-one mapping between input and output. This means the password is put through a hashing algorithm, such as MD5 or SHA-2, and no matter the length of the password, the algorithm will return a fixed length string, such as 32 bits or 128 bits, depending on the algorithm. What's unique about hashing is that it is one way, meaning you cannot dehash the password. So to match the input to the hashed password, the input is also hashed and then compared against the hash in the database. But with time and effort, even this method can be hacked. Salt adds complexity and security to hashed passwords by adding random characters to the beginning or the end of the password. There are 2 types of salt, static and dynamic. Static salt means the same string is added to every password before it is hashed. Because it is the same for all passwords, it is stored in the application source file, not in the database. Dynamic salt means that for every new password, a new randomly generated string is used, and so dynamic salt is stored in the database. So when a user inputs their password, the linked dynamic salt is retrieved from the database, and it, along with the static salt, is attached to the password, which is then all put through the hashing algorithm and compared against the hash in the database. This increases the security of your password. However, people can hack it with time and effort. So, to make sure you have a secure password that will take even longer or make it even remotely unhackable, you should always have long passwords. You should always change your passwords periodically, which means usually 3 months, 6 months, something like that, or whenever your database is hacked. You should not recycle credentials between sites, because if one database is hacked and you use that same password for every other site, then they can hack all of your other sites. You should use random passwords, which means either random generated letters and numbers or something like that. That makes it harder for hackers to guess it using words or dictionaries like that. You can also use password managers that will help keep track of all these passwords and potentially let you know if your password was hacked. And you should also use 2-factor authentication, as that improves the security of the password and the authentication method to your site.